Step 4 of the process will restore the car's luster by compounding, polishing, and waxing. You will need a paint depth gauge, if available, variable speed rotary buffer, dual action polisher, backing plates, wool blend cutting pad, DA compound pad, DA finishing pad, microfiber towels, pad cleaning tool or machine, clay bar, lubricant, cellophane, compressed air, spray bottle, compound, DA finish wax, and eye protection. This process will restore gloss, remove scratches, swirls, and add durability. Clay removes what's on the paint, not what's in it, and it is safe to use on all painted surfaces. There are different grades of clay designed for different levels of contamination. Choose the grade of clay and lubrication appropriate for the condition of the paint. Avoid using soaps and solvents, as those will dissolve the clay. Begin with a clean vehicle. Check the vehicle for contaminants by using a cellophane sleeve. Slide your fingers into the cellophane and rub it over the vehicle's paint. This will magnify your sense of touch. You can now feel the contaminants on the paint. Using a lubricant, spray the painted area and begin to move the flattened clay bar over the surface. The clay should be flattened for easier use. Wipe off excess lubricant and test the surface. If contaminants are gone, begin the buffing process. The car is now clayed and ready for compounding or polishing. Next, evaluate the paint condition to determine whether it will need compounding. Carefully inspect the entire car for surface scratches and oxidation. Paint that's in good condition will need nothing more than a DA finish wax to remove fine scratches and improve the luster. Paint that's in average condition will need DA compound and DA finish wax, but paint that is in poor condition must be compounded with a wool pad and a rotary buffer before using the DA process. If compound is required, follow these steps. Using a variable speed rotary buffer and a blended wool pad at 1500 to 1800 RPMs, begin by laying down a single line of compound. Turn on the buffer and move slowly into the compound using approximately a 5-degree tilt on the side of the buffer approaching the compound. This will allow the compound to be trapped into the wool pad and will eliminate excess sling and compound splatter. Pick up the product in the pad and begin making slow overlapping passes, making sure the buffer pad is flat whenever possible. The compound will remove light to moderate defects and scratches while leaving a minimal swirl behind. Clean the pad periodically with a pad cleaning tool or pad washer. Do the compound process on areas that have scratches or defects that can be removed. If a scratch appears deep, it may not be removable. Generally, if you can feel the scratch with your fingernail, it is through the clear coat and is not removable. In some cases, you can compound the areas with scratches and not have to compound the entire vehicle. To determine how much paint you can remove during compounding, measure the thickness of the paint with a paint gauge. Compounding will normally remove about 0.2 to 0.3 mil of clear coat. You should never remove more than 0.5 mil. DA compound. Using a dual action polisher at the number 5 setting and a DA microfiber cutting pad in red, compound the vehicle. Make sure DA compound is primed before you begin the buff process. Add DA compound to the pad and check the pad to ensure even coverage. The pad should be red with little or no white microfiber showing. Begin on the hood and buff the hood, roof, and trunk first. Work your way down the sides of the vehicle and finish doing the front and rear bumpers. This DA compound process will remove 95% of all scratches found on the vehicle. Wipe off the DA compound. Clean fine scratches from under the door handles by placing DA compound onto a microfiber towel and rubbing scratches until they are no longer visible. DA finish wax. Using the dual-action polisher with a black DA finishing pad and a DA finishing wax at the number 5 setting, begin to apply finishing wax. Place DA finishing wax directly on the DA finish pad and place directly on paint. The DA finishing wax will mix with the existing DA compound on the vehicle. Using overlapping passes, apply the DA finishing wax over all areas and wipe the excess product with a microfiber towel. DA finishing wax will add durability for longer display life. Once the final wipe down is completed, clean the exterior windows with glass cleaner and a microfiber towel. Buffing variables. There are several things that can change the results of your buffing experience. 1. Heat pad selection, RPM, OPM, pressure, surface temperature. 2. Time, speed, buffer moves, number of passes, time spent on repairs, time allowed to detail vehicle. 3. Work area lighting, cleanliness, outside temperature, work area temperature. 4. Paint hardness, thickness, repaint, type of paint.